I think we finished for chapter question number 4 and question number 15. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have to go for question number 21. Let's we just read the question first. Along a straight road, a car moving with a speed of 130 km per hour is brought to a stop in a distance of 210 meters. That means you have a straight road, you are just driving on that road, and you are just driving the car with the initial speed of 130 km per hour, and when it is about to reach 210 meters, your car is about to stop. Now what you are going to find? You are going to find the deceleration of the car. What is the meaning for deceleration? Have you ever heard this word deceleration? What is the difference between acceleration and deceleration?
Deceleration and the minus.
Very good. So deceleration, that means when the speed get reduced, you will get a deceleration. So whenever the speed will increase, your acceleration will be there. Whenever the speed get decreased, then the acceleration is said as deceleration. That means you will get the answer of acceleration in terms of negative. So better we first write what is given and then we will solve. Okay. So if you just read the question, your initial speed is given. Your initial speed of the car is given, which is nothing but V0, which is equal to 130 km per hour. Likewise, your final speed of the car is 0. Why it is 0? Because when it is about to reach 210 meter distance, your car is stopped. So when the car is stopped, what is your final speed? Your final speed is considered as 0. So the distance covered, I am going to write the distance as 210 meter. Now you can just see here, brother, your distance covered is given in terms of meter, so you have to convert this 130 km per hour in terms of meter per second. So what you have to do, if you want to convert this kilometer to meter, you have to multiply by 1000. If you want hours in terms of second, 60 minutes multiply by 60 seconds. So if you just do all these things, you will get the value of 36.11 meter per second. Because why we convert this? Because the distance covered is given in terms of meter, so you have to convert this kilometer in terms of meter. Understand? Now what is this distance? Your distance is nothing but the displacement of the car. The distance is nothing but here they are just saying about the displacement. That means it is exactly says x minus x naught. Your x minus x naught is s, which is nothing but the total distance covered by the car. So first we have to find what is the deceleration. So to find the deceleration, I have to choose the equation because we have 5 equations. What are the 5 equations? V, which is equal to V0 plus AT, x minus x naught, which is equal to V0 t plus half AT square. Third equation, V square, which is equal to V0 square plus 2 into A into x minus x naught. And your fourth equation, x minus x naught, which is equal to v plus v naught over 2 multiplied by t, and your last equation is x minus x naught, which is equal to vt minus half at square. So these 5 equations we already studied in our theory. So with the help of this 5 equation, we are going to find the deceleration. Okay, now you can just see the equation. If you just see the first equation gives you the information about the final velocity and initial velocity. Am I right? And also acceleration is there, but time parameter is given. But if you just read the question, there is no information about the time. So your first equation will not work. Likewise, the second equation is also not work because the time is there. Your fourth equation is also have the time, it will not work. Your fifth equation is also not work because it has time. So if you just see the third equation, our third equation have no time value. So I can just use this equation for finding the acceleration. That means finding the deceleration. So if I just write v square, which is equal to v naught square plus 2 into a into x minus x naught. What is my x minus x naught? My x minus x naught is yes. So I have to rearrange this equation first, or better we can substitute the value. What is the value of your final velocity? Your final velocity is 0. So I can just put 0 here. Your initial velocity is 36.11 square plus 2 into a into your x minus x naught is nothing but 210 meter. Now if you rearrange this equation, what you will get? 2a multiplied by 210. If you just move this term to the left hand side, this becomes minus of 36.11 square. And if you want to find the a value, therefore a which is equal to minus 36.11 the whole square divided by 2 multiplied by 210. If you just work out these things, you will get the value in terms of negative. So negative value of this acceleration is nothing but, if you just work out with your calculator, it will give 3.10 meter per second square. But you have to read the question very carefully. What they given here, you have to find the only magnitude. What is the meaning for magnitude? Just write the absolute value of this acceleration. So what is the absolute value of the acceleration? When you just give the answer of this, you have to write 3.10 meter per second square. It's clear? Clear? This will be the answer for the A part. Clear?
Yes.
So you should know the things, because here we have 5 equation. Why we just choose the third equation? Because only in the third equation there is no time value. So if you just see the remaining equation, all the remaining equation have the parameter of time. So we don't have the time information in the question, so we cannot be able to use. Yes.
Acceleration, it's have the way. Why we don't use the minus? Minus means the way of acceleration.
Brother, acceleration, if it is positive, then you have to say acceleration. If your acceleration is negative, then you have to say
absolutely value. I know the acceleration.
Acceleration, if it is positive, then you have to say it is an acceleration. If your acceleration value is negative, then it represents the deceleration. But in the question, what they need, you have to write only the absolute value of the acceleration. What is the absolute value of this? What is the absolute value of the acceleration? Here you have negative. So only you have to write the positive value. Understand?
Understand.
Okay. Now we go for the side. Okay. Well, welcome. Okay. You can just see the second question. What is given in the second question, brother? This is our A part. What is given in the B part? What you are going to find? How long does it take for the car to stop? So how much time is required for the car to stop? So we have to calculate the time. So if you just see the first equation, our first equation is very easy for getting the value of time. So what is our first equation? V, which is equal to V naught plus AT. And we know the value of V. What is your final speed? It is 0. What is your initial speed? It is given us 36.11. And we already find the value of deceleration. What is the value of deceleration? Our value of deceleration is negative of 3.10. And time we are going to calculate. If you just rearrange these things, you will get, when you just move this to the left hand side, your negative becomes positive. So that means 3.10, which is equal to 10t, which is equal to 36.11. Therefore, your t, which is equal to 36.11 divided by 3.10. When you just solve this with the help of the calculator, it will give 11 point. You will get 11.65 second. Clear?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
So you have to use the first equation. So choosing the equation is in your hand. First, you read the question very carefully, then apply the rule. If your rule will be wrong, everything will be wrong. Suppose,
Teacher.
Yes, yes.
To write acceleration positive here in the B.
In the B here, I write it negative. When you
Yes,
move
yes.
this
Why you?
negative, because it's the value of A is negative here. The value of A is negative. Am I right?
Yes.
So you have to substitute A is equal to negative in the second part.
But what final answer? Acceleration is positive.
Brother, what is given in the question? Just read. You have to write only the magnitude. Actually, your answer is given in terms of negative, but they need the answer of the absolute value of the A. What is the absolute value? If you take the absolute, what is the meaning for absolute?
Okay,
Absolute value of negative gives you positive. Am I right? But when
Yes,
you just
yes.
go for, the second part, you have to write the A value in negative. Then only your answer will be right, because they clearly mentioned that the car has deceleration.
Yes, thank you.
If you put positive, it will be wrong. Do you get my point?
Yes, yes.
Clear? So
Teacher.
Yes.
If the question was acceleration, the answer will be minus, right?
Yeah, of course. You don't need to write these things. You don't need to write this part.
Okay.
Clear? So, brother,
Yes.
regarding the 5 equation, please always keep this 5 equation in your memory. Because
I mean,
without
teacher. I mean, is already deceleration. I don't have to write minus here.
You mean the first or second? You mean the first part or second part?
First part.
First part, brother, actual answer is negative, okay? But you have to give the answer in terms of positive. Why? Because the question they clearly mention, just write the magnitude. What is the meaning for magnitude? What is the meaning for magnitude? The absolute value of
always positive. I know, but
yeah,
I mean, I student. He just already say why the value of by minus negative.
Okay,
because
listen,
always
listen.
the deceleration by minus.
Okay, listen. Suppose in the question they didn't give this word. Suppose if they don't give this word magnitude, you have to write only this. You don't need to write this one. You don't need to write this one.
Okay. He just need a value of this deceleration. Yes, I know.
Yes, actually in the question they just give the positive value of deceleration. That's what we write the positive value. Suppose if the word magnitude is not there, you must give the answer in terms of negative. Clear?
Yes, teacher, it's clear.
Okay, so yes.
And part B, can I use any formula or?
For example, yeah, of course you can use this formula. It's very easy. You will get the same answer.
How did you know the final speed is 0?
Final speed is 0. What is this information? When you reach this 210 meter, your car is stopped. What is the meaning for stop? When the car is stopped, when the car is stopped, what is your speed? It is 0. Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
That's what we use our final initial speed. It comes 130 km per hour. When it reaches the distance of 210 meter, your car is stopped. So what is your final speed? It is 0. Clear?
Teacher.
Yes.
The last equation, there is a square in T, right?
Well, which one? You are meaning the B part? Oh, here. Oh, sorry.
No, I mean equations.
Yeah, it is T square. Sorry, I forgot to write. It is half A T square.
Yes.
Correct. Clear? Shall we move to the next question?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, okay. Read the question. In a particle accelerator, an electron enters a region in which it accelerates uniformly in a straight line from the speed of 4 multiplied by 10 to the power of 5 meter per second to a speed of 6 multiplied by 10 to the power of 7 meter per second at a distance 3 centimeter. For what time interval does the electron accelerate? So here you have to find what is the time for the acceleration, how much time required for the electron to accelerate. Again, you have to write what is given in the question. What is given in the question? Given in the question is initial speed is given. Am I right? Initial speed of the electron is given. My initial speed of the electron is 4 multiplied by 10 to the power of 5 meter per second. Likewise, the final speed of the electron is given, v, which is equal to 6 multiplied by 10 to the power of 7 meter per second, and the distance covered is given as distance. I'm going to write the distance as x, distance as s, or x anywhere. So what is the value of this? Distance covered is 3 centimeter. If you convert this 3 centimeter into meter, you have to divide by 100. So that means 0.03 meter. Now, if you want to find the answer, you have to recall the equation again. What is our equation?
X minus x 0.
Yeah, this is your x minus x naught.
Yes. Yes, it's d.
Yeah.
Equal half.
Yeah, first of all, we will, brother. First of all, we will recall. We will recall the equation. V is equal to V naught plus AT. X minus x naught, which is equal to V naught t plus half AT square. V square, which is equal to V naught square plus 2 into A into x minus x naught. X minus x naught, which is equal to V naught. Sorry. V naught plus V over 2
over 2
multiplied by t.
t.
This becomes x minus x naught,
X
which
minus
is equal
x
to
naught equal vt minus half a t square.
t square. Okay. Now, brother, actually in the slides I just used 2 steps, but no need to waste your time. You can just see the question. They need only the time. So
Time,
better you
fourth
can use the fourth equation. Directly you will get the answer.
Yes.
So x minus x naught, which is equal to the average speed multiplied by time. So what is your value here? Your value of this is
0.03.
0.03, and if you just use, what is your V speed, final speed? 6 multiplied by 10 to the power of 7 plus 4 multiplied by 10 to the power of 5 divided by 2 multiplied by t. If you simplify, this becomes 0.03, and if you just solve, you'll get a big number. What is that big number? 30250. 1 2 3 4 5 multiplied by t. Am I right? Therefore, my time, which is equal to 0.03 divided by 302,000,000. So if you just solve these things, you will get the time value of 9.94 multiplied by 10 to the power of minus 10 second. Directly you will get the answer. But in the slides, how I just explained, in the slides, first I find the acceleration, first I use this equation for finding the acceleration, and then I use the same first equation like our previous problem. If you are using like that also, you will get the answer. So 2 methods I just explained here. Here with the help of the fourth equation, we got the answer. Suppose if you want to use the third equation and the first equation, again you will get the same answer.
Teacher.
Yes.
Why you always depend on acceleration? You have to find acceleration,
No, brother. Actually, fourth equation is easy, so I just use the fourth equation here. Suppose if you want to find the acceleration, you can go in this method.
If yes, if maybe there is b part.
Yeah, in case, brother, in case in the exam, if you ask find the acceleration, first question, find the time, second question is, you have to go like this. Clear?
Yes.
But in the question, we can directly get the answer with the help of the fourth equation. If you use the fourth equation directly, your life will be very easy. You'll get the answer very easily. Clear? So either you can use this method or you can use this method. Both are right. See, what is the answer here? What is our last answer? What is our last answer? 9.94. Here, what is our last answer? Again, same. So in physics, if you are using any alternate method, you will get the same answer. Clear?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
clear.
Okay, let's just move to our last question of this chapter. Now, you have to read very carefully. This question gives some information. A rock is thrown vertically upward from the ground level. So that means I have a rock. That means this is our ground. I have a rock. I have some rock or stone here. And it is thrown vertically upward direction. That means it is thrown upward direction. What is the initial speed when you just throw? We don't know about your initial speed. Am I right? And at the time t is equal to 0, exactly, your rock is exactly on the ground. When the rock reaches the maximum height of the tower, what is the time? That means near to the rock, you have one tower. That means one building is here. What is the meaning for tower? Some building. So this is our building. So when you just throw the rock, initial time is 0. When the time reaches t is equal to 1.5 second, the rock reaches the height of the tower. The rock reaches the height of the tower. After 1 second later, that means after 1 second, it reaches the maximum height. That means still the rock is traveling. So that means it reached the maximum height here. What's the time now? That means
2.5.
So that means when it reaches 1 more second more, the rock reaches the maximum height, and then what will happen? It will fall down. So when the rock reaches the maximum height, when the rock reaches its maximum height, what should be the speed?
2.5, teacher.
No, brother. First of all, please give the answer one by one. When the rock reaches the maximum height, what is its final velocity? Your final velocity is
0.
0. Now we have to find what is the height of the tower. So we have to find the height of the tower. So now you can just see, again I will tell the information which is given in the question. Initially the rock is exactly on the ground. At a time t is equal to 0, the rock is exactly on the ground. When the time is 1.5 second, you are throwing the rock in the upward direction. When the time reaches 1.5 second, it will reach the exact height of the tower. And 1 second later, what will happen? Still the rock is traveling in the upward direction, and after it reaches the maximum height, the rock will fall down. So at the maximum height, what will happen? Your final velocity is exactly 0. So now with the help of this information, what you are going to find? You are going to find only the height of the tower. So first of all, we have to write what is given. So when you just write the given very carefully, it will be very easy. So what is your initial? First of all, you have to write, consider upward motion of the rock. That means you have to write the rock is moving in the upward direction. Consider upward direction. Clear? The second thing, what is your initial speed? The initial speed of the rock, we don't know. We are going to find. What is the final speed? The final speed is 0. When the rock reaches the maximum height, your final speed is 0. So for reaching this final speed, how much time it takes? It takes 1.5 plus 1 second. The total will be 2.5 seconds. That means from the bottom to the maximum height. So what's the time? The time is nothing but 2.5 seconds. Now, what is your acceleration? Because this question is related with the acceleration due to gravity. So here I have to take my a value as g, but here it is moving in the upward direction. What is my a value? My a value is negative of g. I told you already in the last class, if you just deal the question with the free fall acceleration, then we have to consider our a in terms of g. So wherever you have a, you have to write g. For example, if you write the first equation, V is equal to V naught plus AT. So here A, you have to write it in terms of G. That means V is equal to V naught plus GT. You have to write like this. If the question is related with the free fall, you have to convert all the acceleration in terms of G. Clear? So we know the value of G, which is nothing but minus 9.8 meter per second. The first thing, I have to find the initial speed. Only you have to get the answer of the height of the tower without knowing initial speed. So first thing, I have to find my initial speed. To find initial speed, so I have to use that equation. What is our equation? I can just use the first equation. V is equal to V naught plus AT. This question is related with the acceleration due to gravity. So I have to convert. So I have to write like this. V is equal to V naught plus minus of 9.8 multiplied by, what is the time? 2.5 second. And what is your initial final speed? It is 0. So 0, which is equal to V naught, which is nothing but minus 9.8 multiplied by 2.5 second. So therefore V naught is equal to, when you just move this term to the left hand side, this becomes positive. So that means 9.8 multiplied by 2.5. So when you just multiply these things, what you will get, brother? You will get V naught, which is equal to, V naught, which is equal to 24.5 meter per second. It's clear? Clear?
Yes.
Yes, clear.
Okay, let's come for our second part, because we are going to find what is the height of the tower. So the height of the tower is related with y, am I right? So we have the equation x minus x naught, which is equal to V naught t plus half AT square. This is our second equation, am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, now this question is related with our y-axis, so I have to write the x in terms of y minus y naught, because this equation is related with the y-axis. So V naught t plus half g is nothing but your minus g multiplied by t square. So here this is nothing but your delta y, which is equal to our initial speed we got from the first part. What is our initial speed? Which is nothing but 24.5 multiplied by, what is your time?
2.55.
2.5 seconds.
No, 1.5.
If you write 2.5, then your answer will be wrong, because brother, you have to see the height, because we are measuring the height. For this height, how much time it takes?
1.5 seconds.
So here you have to write 1.5 square minus, better I can just write it here because space is not enough. So delta y, which is equal to 24.5 multiplied by 1.5 plus half minus of 9.8 multiplied by 1.5 square. If you simplify this question, your delta y, which is equal to 26 meter. That means the height, the delta y is nothing but here, it represents the height of the tower. So what is the height of the tower? Our height of the tower is 26 meter.
Doctor, I have a question. Why you change from minus 9.8 into 9.8 the first
brother
part?
It's a basic addition multiplication. Here I have V naught minus 9.8. Am I right? When you just move this term to the left hand side, your minus become positive. Am I right?
Okay, yes.
That's what it is, positive.
Doctor.
Yes.
And the drawing, why you write it's 2.5?
Where?
And the drawing.
You mean here?
And the tower. Up.
You mean here?
No, up.
Here,
This. Yeah.
It's 1 second. 1 second. Not
brother, it's 1 second. It is not 1.5. It is 1 second. It is not. It is not 5. My handwriting is very bad.
Sorry.
So total will be 2.5. So this is after 1 second. It reached the maximum 5. This is 1 second. Better I can write EC. Oh my God. 1 second. Or I can write it here. 1 T is equal to 1.
It's clear, teacher. Thank you.
My handwriting will be very bad in this board and pen, because I'm using the digital board. It is very hard to write.
Doctor, and the second one, it's also in the positive answer.
Oh.
Yeah, of course, it should be positive, because when you just work out this, you will get positive value. Am I right?
Yes.
When you just work out this will be the smaller value. You can just try with your calculator. This becomes smaller value. This becomes greater value. So greater value minus smaller value gives you
Greater value.
Positive answer. Am I right?
Yes.
The small calculation, brother. I just write the answer directly. But when you are using the calculator, your second part gives you the negative value. Your first part gives you the positive value. But your second part answer will be negative. Small value. First will be greater. When you subtract
We will
the
take the
greater
greater sign. Yes, I know.
Yeah. So greater value is positive. So you will get the answer in terms of positive.
Doctor,
Teacher.
Yes, brother.
because of the gravity, because the free falling, we took the minus G, right?
Brother, if the object is moving upward direction, your G value is negative. Clear?
Oh,
When the object is coming downward direction, it is positive. But question, what we write in the question? What we write in the question?
direction upward.
Upward direction. Upward direction means it is a negative of G value. That's what we use in my negative of 9.81.
Okay.
If it is coming
ترميله
downward,
فوق يتباطأ لما يصير صفر بمقدار 9.8 يوم ما ينزل تحت يتسارع بمقدار 9.8.
Yep.
it's
Teacher.
clear? Yes.
Why didn't use the last equation? That
Last
missing,
equation?
V0, V initial.
V initial, if you are, brother, you can use any equation. For example, here we have this equation, am I right? You are talking about this one, am I right? Sometimes make your life easy, because here T is here, 2 times T here. Sometimes when you are just making the addition and subtraction, you will make a mistake. If you are using this equation, only 1 time is there, am I right? And also it is very easy, smaller value, you will get the answer.
Yes.
It's clear, but the most important thing, here you have to use 1.5. No problem, you can use this equation also, you will get the same answer, but you should be very, very careful.
I mean, it's okay if I use the last one.
No problem.
That's D equal VT minus half AT square.
Yeah, of course, because here, brother, if you are using this, here you will get negative, am I right? You will get negative value, am I right?
Yes.
But here, if you put negative, positive become positive, am I right?
No, yes.
So by the time you will get the same answer.
Yes, I mean, because you make 2 steps to find first find V initial. I mean, we can do it in 1 step.
No problem. You can use any equation. If you have all the values, if you are using the particular equation, you will get the same answer. For example, even here, if you are using the 5th equation, you will get the same answer.
Yes.
Clear? So choosing the equation in your hand, brother, if you are not memorize this equation, solving the problem in physics 1 is really very, very hard. So you should be very, very careful. Please memorize this pi equation. Without this pi equation, solving the problems in the entire physics 1 chapter will be very hard. Later on, inshallah, you will see when you just go for chapter number 3, 4, 5, you will know the importance of these 5 equations.
Yes. You have to memorize all equations.
Better memorize this equation. That will be quite good for getting the correct answer.
Yes.
Clear? Is it clear, brother?
Yes, clear.
Yes,
So
teacher.
Yes, brother.
Why we exchanged x by y?
Because you are building, for example, here, brother, you are building, for example, if you draw the graph, for example, here I will draw the graph. This is the ground, am I right? this is the building. Am I right?
Yes.
So if you draw the graph, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Am I right?
Yes.
So I just use x minus x naught in terms of y minus y naught. I will not change the equation. I will change only the axis.
Okay, that's good.
Understand? If the question is related with the x-axis, no problem. You can go x minus x naught. But the question is related with you are going to measure the height. That's what I am using x minus x naught in terms of y minus y naught.
Okay, I get it.
Okay. So I think we will finish chapter 2, brother. Inshallah, next week chapter number 3 will be there. And regarding the lab classes, this week we converted all the lab classes into online. Most probably Thursday we have the meeting. In that meeting, we will discuss regarding your next week lab. So we will post the information. If there is any change, we will inform you through your Blackboard announcement. So please keep on checking your announcement regarding your lab work for the next week. Understand?
Doctor, we mustn't deliver the report this week, right?
This week is just only the teacher will give the explanation about how to draw the graph. So listen the class very carefully, brother. Next week, the teacher will explain how to take the reading from the apparatus, but you have to draw the graph, calculation, everything from your home. So by the time your teacher will not explain the graph again. So please utilize this week lab classes very carefully. This week lab classes, the teacher will give the explanation about how to draw the graph. So if you are clear about the graph, remaining experiments are very easy. You will do your work from your home itself.
Okay.
Doctor,
Yes. Yes, brother.
some slide we have definition of something. It's important to know that definition, right?
Brother, definition, small definition will be asked for your theory question. For example, define average acceleration, define average speed, define average velocity. So like that question only we will ask. No need to go for more information. Only a small definition will be given in your exam.
Okay.
Clear?
Clear.
Any other question from your side? Any other question, brother?
No, teacher, thank you.
I think you have some doubts.
Doctor, 1 minute.
No problem. I will stay up to. I will stay online up to 9:50. So don't worry.
Thank you. Doctors, about the characters.
About that?
Characters of something. Something. It's important.
I
Like
didn't
character
understand.
of units.
Could you
I
please
know in
repeat
Arabic,
again?
but it's difficult to know in English. Character
Okay.
of
Could you
units.
please? Okay. Could you please type? Could you please type?
Huh?
Could you please type the message?
Okay.
ايش تقول له؟ وش قصدك؟
Character of units.
بالعربي ايش تبي؟
خصائص الوحدات.
شابتر يعني ولا ايش؟
لا دقيقة.
Brother, which unit you are
I
asking?
will write in English.
Yes, please. You can just type it in the comment, then I will see.
Okay.
Teacher, I don't have any question. Can I leave or not?
Yes, if you have no question, no problem. You can leave now.
Thank you, teacher.
Brother, character of unit. What is character? Brother, this is not character. This is a characteristics of unit. It's a one more question, theory question. It's a characteristics. Characteristics
I write
of unit. It's sometimes we will ask for one more question. Characteristics of unit means, so I think 5 points are there. Am I right?
Yes.
It's well defined. It's reproducible. It is invariable. It is universally accepted. So these are all some one mark question.
It's important to know, right?
Yeah, just keep some out of these 5 points. At least keep 1 or 2 points in your mind.
Okay. Thank you.
Clear? That's it, brother.
Clear.
I think your chapter is over. For your second chapter is over. Inshallah, next week we will go for chapter number 3. Any other question?
No, thank you,
you,
teacher.
No, thank
Okay,
you.
if you have no problem, you may leave now. I think still we have only 10 minutes. Inshallah, I think you have some more, some other classes. So you can just go for that.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, welcome, brother. Welcome.